Hey, Scorpio-Sagittarius. Welcome into your Virgo season forecast here at Cusp of Roses. I thank you so much for tuning into this tarot reading. And if you're new here, my name is Gabrielle. Welcome in. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, my love. And special shout out to all my channel members tuning into this message early and ad-free. I love you all so very much, and I thank you for your love and support. It truly means the world to me. If you want to become a channel member for exclusive viewer perks and bonus readings, you can join at the link in the description box below. Okay, Scorp Sag placements. Oh boy, Virgo season. Heavy Pluto energy. Lots of rebirth. You have either gone through a major rebirth yourself or in the midst of one, and or you've catalyzed somebody into their rebirth, whether you're aware of that or not. Okay, check out the ruling energies that I posted in the comments for you all. Those could be significant placements, energies, zodiac sign, planets, and houses for you to pay attention to during Virgo season. That's just the overall energy. More specifically, Scorp Sag, there's something here around deciding what you want so it can come to you. You might be on the fence around what to do within a particular situation. There's a lot of Four of Wands energy floating around in Virgo season, okay? And that kind of came up for you. I was seeing the Four of Wands, and it felt like the choice is really yours, but it's like you got to decide what you want. It's not going to be decided for you. Some of you know what you want, and that's what's creating this rebirth energy. Others of you still kind of indecisive about it, or just not sure what I'm feeling like the right thing to do. I think there's someone in this energy that is very aware of themselves, maybe a little, I don't want to say too aware of themselves, but that's what it could feel like a little bit, where it might be creating like analysis paralysis a bit. Somebody doesn't want to make a decision from their ego, which I think is a great thing. I think someone's really trying to make a decision from the heart, from what they really, really want. And maybe what the ego wants and the heart wants aligns. That could be a possibility, Scorp Sag. So that could also be making this a little confusing if you feel like there is a contrast between the two. The ego and the heart can be in alignment. Okay, so maybe that's something to consider here. There's a lot that you don't see that's happening too, and I think that adds into this kind of being like, I don't know, I'm not sure. There's a lot going on behind the scenes spiritually for you. And so maybe this activates this sense of trust that you maybe have been learning or been trying to cultivate within yourself, within your relationship with the universe. Learning how to trust what you can't see, trust in what you sense and feel, even without the evidence of it. I think that's worked well for you, for whoever this message is for. But I can totally understand where in this particular situation I'm picking up, this Four of Wands, it feels like I'm going to need to see a little bit more before I could fully say yay or nay. So maybe there's like a yes or no situation that's happening here, or like a decision that's like a yes or a no that you're going to have to make. Okay, tell me more about that. What is this decision for Scorp Sag in Virgo season? And keep in mind, Four of Wands doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Four of Wands is a simple agreement. You being in alignment and agreement with something. That could be career, that could be work. Well, that's the same thing. That could be family, that could be friend. That could be an idea, a belief about yourself, agreements, okay? Queen of Swords, okay. With the Hangman coming out here. You know your truth. And I think this is where I'm kind of catching someone where it's like, you know what makes logical sense. You know the logical thing to do, but sometimes logic and the heart aren't on the same page. And I think that's what someone's trying to decipher and discern within themselves. Is what's logical in this situation something that speaks a truth of my heart? Or is it just my ego trying to protect me? Okay, so someone's definitely reflecting for sure. Yeah. 9 of Swords in reverse. I would say then that you're not overthinking something, Scorp-Sag. If this Queen of Swords is you, this could be a Queen of Swords in your energy though. Take it as it resonates. You're not overthinking something. You see something very clearly, very truthfully. Show me a little bit more. But the 2 of Wands. What do you want? In Virgo season, it could be a little difficult to put logic to the side and choose what it is that you want. Because I think that there's this self-sacrificial piece that you don't really talk about too much with Scorpionic energy. That's always kind of there. You're willing to go without if it means everything else works. And I think the divine is trying to break you out of that habit and break you out of that pattern of going for what you want and letting everything else kind of fall around that, as opposed to sacrificing what you want and thinking that that's what's going to make everything land into place. That's oddly specific for somebody. Okay, clarify. What's this choice and decision? Why the 2 of Wands in reverse? The Empress. Yeah. Why do I feel like somebody's trying to not be selfish? Somebody here has been told that they've been selfish to choose themselves or to go for what they want or to say they want something or to express themselves so their needs are met. So somebody doesn't do that all that well or isn't comfortable with that. So somebody wants love, but it's like, is that the logical thing to want right now? I don't know, Scorp-Sag, if it's available, if it's there for you. Logic doesn't have to be a part of it. Page of Pentacles. It's a specific type of love that I feel like someone's looking for. One that's consistent with this Page of Pentacles. One that can grow. Right. Okay. Somebody is learning how to trust themselves. It's like someone's, again, that hyper self-awareness. I'm aware of my patterns. I'm aware of my habits. I'm aware of what I might normally and typically go for. Trying to be aware around that and make sure that that is actually what I want and I'm not just choosing it out of habit or pattern. Because I might want it, but it might not be good for me. So someone might be convinced that they have a habit of picking things or wanting things that aren't good for them. So it's like I can't trust that what I want is what's right. Because it often leads maybe to something that ends up being wrong. Okay. Okay. And I think this is where the trust comes in. For whoever's resonating with this message, this is where trust would come in. Because if it's the hand of the divine on the cup, then that's something you can absolutely trust. That's something that's not going to lead you wrong. If the hand of the divine is not on that cup, then yeah, the process that you're going through, yeah, this is definitely about love energy. The process that you're going through to kind of discern, is this for you, is this in a line or not, is valid and fair. Okay. Clarify the 4 of Cups. I think the moon just wanted to come out. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Seven of Cups. How do I know that that's the right option? Last time I thought the hand of the divine was on something and it wasn't. So yeah, it's like somebody really is gonna have to rebirth their own sense of trust within themselves. Rebirth that connection to themselves. So there is some sort of transformation that's happening. And you got to let that process play out. Yeah. Enlightenment. Exactly. Like I said, self-awareness to the max, to the peak. Someone knows that they might have, you know, I tend to be attracted to a certain thing that I know isn't good for me, but I'm very attracted to it. So how do I navigate all of that, or what do I do about it? Someone's trying to figure it out. And again, I think this is a good process for someone to go through. A very good process. Because it seems like with the Hangman, someone's going to get to the root of what they want. They're going to see it. Or figure it out. Yeah. So this is putting someone in position to do some beautiful healing with Chiron. Okay. Clarify this Queen of Swords. The Moon in reverse. Six of Coins back here. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I don't think someone's afraid of what they want, or like doesn't have a problem saying or speaking up. It's more about this fire energy. It's more about the desire. Again, it makes logical sense, but tell that to my soul and my spirit. That's where the battle's at. I know I shouldn't want that thing, or, you know, I know that that's probably not the best choice, but why do I want to make the choice? Someone's trying to figure that out. Yeah, I'm going to hang myself upside down right quick so I don't make any rash movements until I understand why these 7 cups are confusing. What's in each cup that makes it not necessarily the right fit. Okay, so somebody's doing the work. Clarify the 9 of Swords in reverse. The King of Cups. Okay. So this could be a King of Cups that's not in a state of anxiety or not overthinking what they know to be true, but they might be doing the work. Could also be a Queen of Swords, which is good. Or an Empress. Take it as it resonates for you. Why the 2 of Wands in reverse next to this King of Cups? The 6 of Wands. Right. Just like I said, is this what I truly want, or is this my ego? Do I want it because I actually see a future with it, or do I want it just because I want it? Someone's very, again, aware of themselves. And I kind of love it because it doesn't feel like it's a judgmental space. It's just like, okay, I know my pattern. I know how I am. I know myself. And in knowing myself, I'm trying to make sure I make the right aligned choice. Okay, okay. This could be a Queen of Swords connected to a King of Cups. Clarify the Empress. The Wheel of Fortune. There could be a Queen of Swords that's revealed themselves. Something hidden about a Queen of Swords might be coming to light. That's putting a King of Cups' mind to rest about someone's intentions. For the Moon to be in reverse and the 2 of Wands to be in reverse, this Queen of Swords could have wanted to be connected to this King of Cups from a space of ego, not pure intentions with the 2 of Wands. And this King of Cups could be seeing that. Because the Wheel of Fortune's under the Empress, so that feels like a different energy. The Queen of Swords and the Empress aren't the same person. Clarify the page. Justice. Here, before I could even say anything and the Hermit wanted to come out. Clarify justice under the Four of Cups. The King of Wands. Oh. This could also be reverse. There could be a Queen of Swords that's recognizing that a King of Cups only wanted to be with them out of ego. And so their justice that moves them and shifts them into Empress energy is a King of Wands. Take it all as it resonates. You know yourself and your situation better than any reader. I'm just giving you the energy I see. There can be multiple timelines going at once. Show me the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Yep, I'm trying to tell you. Someone wants to make sure they're seeing it clearly, that they're not blinded by anything. But this is exactly what I'm talking about, the Eight of Swords. Willing to sacrifice your passion, your wants, your desires for the logic of it all. Like I was channeling, what do you want? What you want, you can have, can be. But you got to decide what you want. You can't be afraid to say, I want this. Just because you think it's not logical or it's not the right thing. Like there's something there for someone. Stop sacrificing your wants and your desires for what you think the right thing is. Because that's what's creating a spiritual burden for you. Somebody could also have, I almost want to say a telepathic communication here with somebody, or some sort of spiritual connection. Feels like to this King of Wands that somebody, maybe that's what it is. That can't be, because that's not logical. But it is. Show me the Nine of Wands next to the Eight of Swords. Somebody's the Emperor. Well, excuse me. Ah, with the Hermit again. Someone's definitely in the Hangman, or will be this season, and might see how they're not allowing themselves to see the full picture, or how they're kind of binding themselves. Once that's seen and received, once someone steps into that awareness, I feel like that's when something can kind of come together, or play out the way it needs to. That's when something can play out the way it needs to. Okay. Huh. Clarify the Queen of Swords with the Moon in reverse. The Ace of Cups. There could be a Queen of Swords energy that, or someone's in Queen of Swords energy in the sense of speaking their truth, clearly communicating. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the Empress is attraction. So there could be a feminine energy who's communicating so clearly. I almost want to say wearing their heart on their sleeve with the Ace of Cups under the Moon in reverse. So like really there's nothing hidden. There's nothing that this feminine energy is hiding, and that could be attracting in, well, maybe 3 different people, because you got a King of Cups, a King of Wands, and an Emperor, who's all 4 kings in one. The way that these masculine energies are aligning underneath the cards, though, I think is very interesting. With the King of Cups, you're not going to have to second guess. I'm speaking to a feminine here, okay? With the King of Cups, you're not going to have to second guess what they feel for you. Okay? But their intentions might be a little bit more ego-driven than you would like them to be. Just keeping it a beam. If you're a masculine tuning in, don't be mad. Just reading the energy, okay? With the King of Wands under the Four of Cups, they could be the cup with the hand of the divine on it. It could also be your justice. Yet, there might be a lot of spiritual weight that this King of Wands might still be carrying that could make the connection to them a little confusing or kind of slightly toxic for you. Then you have this Emperor underneath the Nine of Wands, but next to the Eight of Swords. It might be hard to see this Emperor because they might still be working through some healing themselves. So it's like you got options, but there's something about each of these options that feels a little shaky. And not in necessarily a bad way. It's just, I mean, of course, nobody's perfect. Everybody comes with their stuff. It's just about what are you willing to deal with? What do you want? I can't make it up. You want an Ace of Cups. You want that Ace of Cups energy and feeling. But who's going to give that to you? Funny how the King of Swords ain't out here. Right? But you do got the Empress and the Emperor. With justice in between them and a Wheel of Fortune. This is what I mean by it's your choice. You have to discern and decipher what justice is for you. Ooh, I can see how that might be tough. Okay, so this King of Cups, again, you're not going to have to second guess what they think about you, what they feel for you. This is also somebody who could be very dedicated. But why the Six of Wands with the Two of Wands in reverse around their energy? The Sun. The ego. Yeah. Right. Yeah, this could be a fellow fire water energy or someone who has strong fire placements and water placements in their chart. Maybe a strong Leo placement. They could be a Leo rising. You're gonna have to deal with that sunshine, which is, again, positive card you can get, but it can also be that Leo ego. Okay, they got a bit of an ego that needs to be stroked, and who doesn't? Honestly, again, that's not a judgment. It's just, what are you willing to do and put up with and deal with? What do you want? Show me the Empress with the Wheel of Fortune. What does the Empress want? Let's just figure this out right here, right now. What do you want, Empress, out of this Wheel of Fortune? The world? Period. Bring me the world. Bring me the world. I don't want nothing less. I know that's right. You want, but this is deeper than that. I'm just, of course, being a little funny. Hee hee ha ha, okay? It's just a joke. This is, I want it to be supported by the universe. I want the connection, the bond, the relationship that's going to keep me in alignment. And it looks like each of these three options have the potential to have something going on that could pull this Empress out of alignment. Yeah. Five of Wands to Judgment with the Five of Cups. Eventually, those whichever cups aren't aligned are going to have to spill. And you know what, that's so interesting? 3 of those cups are spilled. So here's what I'll say. If you're this Empress, it might not be either one of these. It might not be none of these 3 cups. There could be a Hierophant. I just heard on the rise. On the way. So more options. So again, don't force yourself into anything that doesn't feel aligned. Trust what you feel your justice is. Trust yourself and your intuition. Like I said, you see clearly. You know what you want. And I feel like you can discern and decipher who's able to give that to you. Show me the Page of Pentacles with justice. The Queen of Cups. Who can you trust your Queen of Cups around? Because I think naturally you would think, right, the King of Cups. But with that 2 of Wands in reverse, y'all might want different things. Y'all might desire for different things out of a connection. So again, no matter how on paper compatible it might look and seem, if you want different things out of life, out of love, out of partnership, then that's not going to be alignment. Show me the 4 of Cups with the King of Wands. The 10 of Cups. Oh, this is tough. Ah! So you could have a 10 of Cups with this King of Wands. But that might come at a very high emotional and spiritual cost. You might be left with a lot of spiritual energy that this King of Wands hasn't cleared out. And that could become, again, toxic for you. Yeah, there might be emotional fulfillment there, but if this King of Wands hasn't cleansed their energy from old partnerships, you're going to be absorbing all of that. And that's going to turn this 10 of Cups into a 7 of Cups real quick. Show me the 7 of Cups with the 10 of Wands. So it's like you could have a moment of emotional fulfillment, but is it sustainable? Is it going to last? Yeah, the 6 of Pentacles. That you would be exchanging a lot. You would probably be taking on some spiritual and emotional debt with this King of Wands. Although, yeah, initially it might give you that emotional fulfillment, there would be a price to pay. I can't make it up. There'd be a price to pay. 6 of Pentacles. Show me the Hangman with the 8 of Swords. Judgment. There's that Pluto energy. Show me the 9 of Wands with the Emperor. Next to Judgment. Death. Pluto again. Yeah. I feel like with the Emperor, because of their 9 of Wands energy, they might be projecting a lot of energy onto you. They aren't going to be able to see you for who you are, even though you are an Empress. They still have to do transmuting and healing in order to be able to actually come out of this 8 of Swords and be enlightened enough to... Yeah, see, with Judgment, this would be someone who would judge, or who is already judging you, has already judged you, or would judge you unfairly based off their own wounds. So they haven't gone through their transformation, or they maybe are, but they're still in the midst of it. But I will say again, the Empress and the Emperor would be the strongest match here. Even though you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups out here, they would just have to go through that transformation. They would have to really have some sort of ego death in truth. I feel like this Emperor's been moving from that Nine of Wands space for a long time. They got to be willing to let that go in order to be in some sort of union or partnership with you as the Empress. So I think I'm speaking to the Empress tuned in here. Yeah. Regardless, though, you got to stand your ground on what your spirit knows. Don't ignore red flags. This is not the time to ignore red flags, Scorp-Sag. Trust yourself. You see exactly what's going on with each one of these options. And if it's like, not one of the three is really making the cut. We did see the Hierophant peeking out at the bottom of the deck. So it's not like it's one of these three or bust. You got the Four of Cups. The Divine will bring you to another cup. Because I just feel like this feminine energy does not want to subject themselves to anything that they've already been through. I feel like this feminine energy's been through a lot of karmic lessons in love. And okay, yeah, so this is maybe about love, relationship, maybe even career. These could be 3 different career paths you could take, or opportunities that you might be trying to align with, trying to figure out what's going to really bring you justice and balance. Okay, so again, it doesn't have to be romance. These masculines can represent opportunities and paths, actions that you could take. Take it as it resonates. But what's the healing in this energy for Scorp-Sag? Let's help this Empress figure this out, because I could feel it. It's like, I don't want to make the wrong choice. You don't want to ignore yourself. Yeah, and action in reverse. You don't need to take action then. Don't take any action right now, Scorp-Sag. Don't pressure yourself to have to figure something out. If you still need time, you need time to integrate, okay? Okay, yeah, the sacred union, beloved within in relationships. So this is about relationships for probably a lot of y'all. But what's more important is the relationship with yourself. And I think that's what these options are pushing you towards or helping you solidify. Again, what do you want, Scorp-Sag? Okay. So I also get a message. There could be a feminine that's moving on from a King of Cups because they might be dealing with the Queen of Swords and focused on that. So there is no pathway between the Empress and the King of Cups, which is why they're on a Wheel of Fortune, closing out this cycle with that King of Cups. And their justice is the option between this King of Wands and this Emperor. That could also be how this is playing out for someone, okay? Yeah, so with action that flipped up in reverse and integrated embodiment, this would be a King of Cups that can't take action towards this Empress or can't embody the Emperor energy that this Empress needs. And with the 10 of Wands behind the King of Wands and the Emperor could be the same person. There could be a King of Wands that's stepping into Emperor energy by doing their healing with Chiron, going through their judgment season, going through their enlightenment season, transmuting through that death energy. Okay? So if that is the case, then there's an Emperor in the making for you. Okay? Continue to let it play out the way it needs to. Yeah, move by the goddess, soul call, and gather. Answer the call to leadership and soul gifts. Yeah, you can trust yourself, Scorp-Sag, if you're this Empress energy. Remember your roots and perspective. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Someone's very reflective. I know my patterns. I know where I come from. I know my wounding. Like, I'm aware of myself, and I just want to make sure I'm not choosing out of the wounds. I'm not repeating any cycle that I've already grown beyond. that I'm embarking on something new. I got to change the narrative, shift the energy. That's what this feminine is focused on. Okay? Yeah, say yes, open, not broken, trust life. Like, didn't I say somebody has a yes or no question to answer? So I have a feeling, though, that this Queen of Cups is going to, the Queen of Cups within the Empress is going to be the deciding factor on how this kind of justice energy plays out, or this new cycle comes to be. There's something about paying attention to your inner Queen of Cups. You're not broken. Trust the process. Right. Right. And that could be for this King of Wands who might be going through the journey of becoming the Emperor. You're not broken. Just continue to trust the process. Woo. Yeah, and here we go again. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, and action. What else? Unseen help, support, and community. Yeah. Ooh. So there could be a lot of spiritual support between the Empress and the Emperor here, or whoever's becoming this Emperor. It's the King of Wands. Because, yeah, I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune in the world underneath the Empress and the King of Cups on this side, and that doesn't have to be for everybody. Again, the Queen of Swords and the Empress could be the same person. Take it as it resonates, but it does feel like separate energies. Yeah, as one door closes, another door opens. Like, that's the trust life part of all of this. Trust that that's happening for you. Yeah, hidden in plain sight, learning and teaching with the Moon in reverse and the Ace of Cups. This King of Cups might still be learning. Oh, that could definitely be the case. Yeah, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, and courage, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. Yeah, there's a King of Cups maybe in your energy, or at one point was in your energy, that's still learning how to be a partner. They're still learning how to collaborate. They're still learning how to show up in that energy. So that could represent what this Queen of Swords energy is. They still got work to do. So I don't think they're near becoming the Emperor just yet. Surrender to the mystery, the sun, joy and fun, the mystic rose, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Potential, it's happening. Keep going. Okay. Yeah. The anointed, clarify the anointed in this energy. Yeah, replenishment, health, and self-care, but it flipped out here in reverse. I would probably say if the Empress, because the Queen of Cups did come out, so there was clearly some sort of heartfelt connection between these two. If the Empress is still kind of battling with that, trying to bring that energy into balance, what you need to know, again, with this King of Cups, it feels like they aren't able to replenish you. And yeah, there's something about it that might not be healthy. Okay? Or self-care might be really difficult with this person based off what they're still learning. Okay? They still got some things to grow through. As we all do, but it just would probably not be the best environment for you, or the best connection for you. Clarify the grandmothers. Remember the roots with perspective. Yeah, inner mother, innocence and tenderness. Exactly. You probably felt, maybe that's it. There could be that shared need to inner mother. Okay. The child within, so there could be a very strong inner child connection between you and this King of Cups. And I feel like that would be a person that your grandmothers, the women before you, would have gone for or did go for. There's some sort of pattern there. And I think you're meant to break that pattern, because I don't think those connections probably were the healthiest, with health in reverse. Okay, so say yes to the universe bringing in justice for you, even if that doesn't bring you this King of Cups. Okay? Yeah, stop the endless searching. And like I was feeling, somebody just might be really trying to do their due diligence to make sure they're making a choice and a decision, moving from the right space, but don't do your very best to not stay stuck in that analysis paralysis energy or create that for yourself. All you have to do, if you're the Empress in this energy, is just say yes to your justice, whatever that looks like. Tell the universe that you are ready to receive your justice and let it naturally unfold. Surrender and trust. Easier said than done, 1,000,000%. I understand how that might sound. In practice, much more challenging, but that is the work. That's where you challenge yourself to grow and expand. Okay? Healing is happening. What's the process that they need to trust? The motherline, ancestral work, healing, and individuation. Exactly. Exactly. Inner mother, the child within, with the mother line, healing is happening. And that's exactly what's important to this Empress, that they take a step towards healing their feminine lineage, not choosing partnership that mirrors and reflects all the karmic energy that their feminine lineage has experienced. It's like someone feels very called, anointed to break that cycle. And someone's dedicated to doing that too. Show me the plant yourself here. What's the integration, embodiment, and action? The return. A new story, alignment, and coming together. Exactly. This Empress is dedicated to integrating into a new timeline, a new story when it comes to partnership. And again, doesn't necessarily have to be love and relationships. It can be. We saw that come out. It could be career. It could be work. It could be livelihood. All of that. Okay? And what's the support? The unseen help and community. I think Sophia wanted to come out. The bloom. Yeah. Right time, celebrate, creations realized. So there is a masculine energy that is getting support in becoming this emperor. All the Empress has to continue to do is just say yes to their justice, which is claim what you want. Although I can feel it, the inner child has this very strong bond with someone. So naturally you might want that. But if that's not going to reflect the healing work that needs to happen for your feminine lineage, for your maternal line, then that's not going to be your justice. And maybe there's a need to kind of be an acceptance around that, or work through accepting that. You're meant to integrate into a new story and a new timeline when it comes to partnership in general. So allow that to happen as best as you can. Yeah. Stay devoted, humble, and focused on humanity and grace. Give that humanity and grace to yourself, to all involved here, if this is about relationships. Definitely give it to yourself, because it's okay. I can feel it. The Queen of Cups came out. It's like that. It would make sense. I get it. It would totally make sense for you to be with this King of Cups. But if the King of Cups isn't going to be a safe and healthy space, it doesn't have sacred waters for you to be in with them, then it isn't going to be the right alignment for you. And I think that could be it. Instead of doing what makes sense, do what you know is going to lead to your safety as opposed to what's comfortable, familiar, and the pattern. Okay? That's a big challenge, but you can do it. Yeah, stand your ground. High Priestess, come on. Come on. With the Six of Cups. You know. Just keep knowing. That's what I'm going to leave that at. Just keep knowing. Keep being that mystic rose, okay? Alrighty, my loves. I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that this was helpful, insightful, gave you some sort of clarity, confirmation, guidance, healing, or a little bit of truth that you needed for Virgo season and beyond it. Let me know what resonated with you from this message. I love hearing that from y'all down in the comments. I love chatting with y'all. So shout out to everybody who does leave comments and shares their resonance with the messages. And even if you want to keep that private, we respect that here on this channel. You can use our sanctuary code. It's a group of emojis that you can place in a comment that lets me know you were here, you tuned in, and you received something from this message, or you were just present. It really helps me out as a reader. So go ahead and drop any rose emoji down in the comments to show gratitude, any heart color emoji to show love. Drop a lightning bolt if this really hit home for you or hit you deeply in some way, shape, or form, or had a deep resonance with your story. And you can drop a candle if you just tuned in, enjoyed the vibes, and want to hold space for those that may resonate with this, even if the messages didn't connect with you. It's a beautiful way to show love and nurture our sanctuary here. Other ways to do so are linked in the description box below, so check it out for personal readings, shop your merch. Also, the August cusp astrology and love readings are now going to be available for individual purchase on my shop from here on out. They are no longer a part of the channel membership. So you can purchase your access, lifetime access, might I add, to this month's cusp astrology for whatever cusp you tune into, and love reading. You can also get both of those readings in a bundle at a discounted price. Those bundle discounts and bundle options will disappear around or through the 31st of August. Okay, so if you want access to both at that discounted price, go ahead and get it now, because once we hit September 1st, all the individual August readings will be locked in the vault of the Sacred Rose membership tier on the store and only accessible through that membership. Okay, they won't be available for individual sale again. And the bundles will go away. They will be removed from the shop, okay? And they won't come back. So go ahead and grab your bundles now, or grab whichever astrology and love readings you want. All of that will be linked also in the description box and in the comment down below. I thank you to everybody who's already grabbed their messages, and I really do hope they have served you well throughout the month of August, and will continue to do so whenever you feel guided to tune into them. Thank you for your support. It truly means the world to me. And again, if you want to watch readings like this on my channel early and ad-free, you can join the channel membership, get exclusive viewer perks, and bonus readings, okay? All linked down below. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you next season, my loves. Namaste.